Quick note for our listeners. Last week we dropped our usual Deep Learning Connect weekend episode about AI research, but this week the news was too important to wait. Emergency midweek drop. Today focus is the White House and Food and Drug Administration announcement on autism, two big headlines. Tylenol in pregnancy and a treatment called Leucovorin for some children. Just to be clear, this is news and commentary, not medical advice.
Let's start with leucovorin. Chemically, it's known as folinic acid. That makes it a close cousin of folic acid, which you might recognize as vitamin B9, the one added to prenatal vitamins and fortified cereals.
The difference is that leucovorin is already in an active form. Normally, when you take folic acid from food or supplements, your body has to convert it through enzymes before cells can use it.
But in some children with cerebral folate deficiency, the brain doesn't get enough folate because the transport system is blocked. Antibodies interfere with folate receptors. So even if they eat folate rich foods, their brains can't absorb enough.
That where leucovorin comes in. It bypasses those blocked steps and gets into the folate cycle more directly. So folate can reach brain cells for essential functions like making neurotransmitters, supporting the insulation around nerves called myelin, and helping with DNA repair.
In everyday terms, it's like skipping the toll booth on a highway. Regular folic acid has to stop and wait, but glucovorin takes the express lane straight into the brain.
Foods naturally rich in folate include leafy greens like spinach and kale, beans, lentils, oranges, asparagus, broccoli, and fortified grains. These are excellent for overall health, but for children with cerebral folate deficiency, diet alone may not be enough.
That's why this announcement is big. The Food and Drug Administration reviewed studies and case reports from 2009 through 2024 and concluded leucovorin calcium can help individuals with cerebral folate deficiency who also show autism features. Things like challenges with social communication, sensory processing, and repetitive behaviors.
They also pointed out that cerebral folate deficiency can come with seizures and coordination problems. Based on the evidence, the agency believes leucovorin can make a real difference.
The Commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration, Dr. Marty Makary, said we've seen a fourfold increase in autism over the past 2 decades, and children deserve access to potential treatments that show promise.
The agency is now working with GlaxoSmithKline, the company that makes Leucovorin, to broaden the drug label for both adults and children with cerebral folate deficiency.
Families should know leucovorin is prescription only. This isn't something you can grab online. Doctors will need to diagnose cerebral folate deficiency, sometimes with a blood test for folate receptor antibodies, and decide if leucovorin makes sense for a child.
The announcement also included Tylenol or acetaminophen. The Food and Drug Administration will update safety labeling for its use in pregnancy. Some studies suggest possible risks, others don't, but the agency wants families and doctors to have clearer information.
And medical groups remind us acetaminophen is still considered important when used as directed because untreated fever in pregnancy can be dangerous. This is about caution and awareness, not panic.
For families, the big picture is that the government is acting faster, funding research, breaking down barriers, and giving access to treatment sooner.
Access matters. Over half of American children are covered by government health programs like Medicaid and the Children's Health Insurance Program. Once the label change is complete, leucovorin will be covered. Private insurance companies are expected to follow.
And the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services will also coordinate real world data collection. That way, as children receive care, researchers can track outcomes safely and privately. So we learn quickly what works best.
From my perspective, it's encouraging to see policy and medicine moving together. If this helps even a portion of children find words, connect more, or feel better, that's life changing.
And from my perspective as an educator, I just feel hopeful. Even small improvements in language or daily life can transform a child's future.
We've included the Food and Drug Administration press release and the White House broadcast link in the show notes, so you can read and watch the full announcement yourself.
Thanks for joining us for this special episode.
To all the special parents listening,
There is progress, there is hope, and there are new possibilities ahead.